Now, this is the story that people have always wanted to know. And now, I can tell the story. But when I was a little boy, nobody could tell the story. So I think this is going to be a very special lesson, because you are the first children to hear this story. And how I can start over here. It just looks like this. But here I've got a thing. Where does that come from? How can you get a thing from nothing? You don't know really. I'm going to tell you. Things from nothing. Now, I want you to close these reading books. We're going to do that later. You're looking there, you don't listen. What you have to do is listen to every page in the story. Because if you don't understand one page, then you don't understand the next page or the next one. So I want everybody to listen very carefully to every page in the story. You can understand the first page, you can understand the second page. So let's start our story, where I start with nothing. And then I get things. How can you get something from nothing? Let's show you. Now, if I show you something like this. Is that a thing? Yes. Thing. It's pulled down. If I drop it, it's pulled down by gravity. I can touch it. I can feel it. I can see it. But I can also see this. Is this a thing? No? So can I put here, I'm going to write no thing, and that's going to make a word. What word does it make? No thing. What word does it make?
Nothing.
Nothing. So here's nothing, and here's the thing. Nothing is coming out of the thing. So if the nothing is coming out of the thing, the nothing and the thing must be together. In here. So somewhere in here, they're the same thing. True or false?
True.
Now what I'm going to show you is that a long time ago, somebody said, things which are nothing and things are really the same thing at the same time. And things can make nothing, and nothing can make things. You can make things from nothing, and I'm going to show you how. Now, we're going to write something here. This, anything like this is called energy and things. There's nothing else. There's just energy and things. Energy comes out of things, energy goes into things. I can make energy from things, I can make things from energy. Now the man who said they're both the same thing, he wrote down something. And it tells a story. He wrote this. Energy and things are equal. And what does this mean? It means they are the same thing. They're the same. It tells a story. That and that, a long time ago, were the same. Now, if I look back a long time ago, here, there's no things, nothing, just this. Now this doesn't need any space. If I've got something here, it's got some space. Let's show you. If I've got this here, can I make this smaller?
No.
Can I make this smaller? Can I squash it? I can't touch it. It doesn't need any space. Now, I want you to remember two things which are the same thing at the same time, but they're different because you are just the same. You're two things which are different, but one thing at the same time. Now, let's go back here to nothing. And then we're going to tell a story. I'm going to cut all this into the two things that you have been learning all about. This one here. Is it a thing? Can you see it? Does it make things move without touching?
Yes.
It makes things move without touching. It changes things. And this one here. Magnets. Is that a thing?
Yes.
It's a thing. Is the magnetic force a thing? Is it? Let's have a look. Here's my magnets. Does it make things move without touching? Does it make things move without touching? Can you see something here? What? No. No, I can't see it. It's another force. It makes things move without touching, but this is different from this because this has two poles. So on this side of the board, we're going to write poles. Now, everything, if I look through my book to see everything, first there's nothing, then I get some things, big things, then I get lots of big things like this, but they're all the same shape. That tells me a story. If they're all the same shape, that shape must be a special shape. And I'm going to get you to tell a story of what makes that shape. What makes the big things? What makes that shape? What magnets have holes? Now,
Gravity.
why do you say gravity? Because if I've got somewhere like this and gravity pulls the same here and here and here and here. If I walk up here, do I get heavier? No. I'm just the same. I'm always the same. Here and here and here. So if I draw a thing made by gravity, it's the same this way, this way, this way, and this way. Always the same. But something must have made it. Where did it come from? If here, I've got no things, nothing. No suns, no nothing. Now, if I take something which is not a thing, energy, if I just have a little dot like that, I can make that dot as small as I want because it's not a thing. There's nothing there. There are no things. But that little dot went bang. Now we call that the Big Bang. In Chinese you say Da Ba Da. I think that's right. Is that right? Da Ba Da. Everything came from nothing. But there's still no things. So we're starting to tell our story. But remember, the energy equals, it's the same as things. And here, everything changes into two opposites. And some of this changes into some of this. Now I have got things. Those things are still not things. They're just like this. But they are not things. They're like this.
You blocked it.
These are not things. So is it over there? Or is it here? Is it here? Or is it there? I don't know. It's only there if I put something else there. It. If I put something here, it changes, it's here. They're not things. And they do this. They disappear. And then they come back. I can't touch it. It's not in one place. It's here and here at the same time. That's okay if you're not a thing. But we need to make a thing from something that's not a thing. But if these are just like that, there's another one. And maybe I could have another one here that would be different. They're just rules. And that rule means that they can attract, they can move without touching or repel. But if I've got space just full of these, how do I get a thing? Something must pull them together. It can only be this or this. Which one will it be? Now let's see. If these were two magnets, if they're out in space like this, will they go together? If they're a long way away?
No.
No, because magnets don't pull a long way. So which must pull them together? This one or this one? Must be gravity. So I'm going to put this one here. So a long time ago, these start to go together. Now, as I push them together, magnets can feel each other. And watch what happens. My little things which are nothing get squashed into a small space. Now, will plus and plus go together?
No.
No, it stops. Now, I've made a thing. Here. It's all together. And that thing also has these. This minus attracts this plus. But this minus repels this plus. They attract and repel at the same time, and they stop. And it makes things out of nothing. And I think that is really special. You can make things out of nothing. Because these attract and repel at the same time, they stop. They won't go together. That's how you make a thing, because that now is a thing. It's stopped. It's got a shape. They're all the same shape because they're made by this, which doesn't have poles. But the only thing that holds the earth up like this is plus and plus won't go together. Minus and minus won't go together. So they stop, they balance. Now I've got a thing from nothing. You can get something from nothing. And if plus and plus did not repel, if minus and minus did not repel, the earth would not look like this. Like this. All the earth disappeared. Like this. Because if there's nothing, no, Brad, sit down. It's all right. Don't you worry. If I have something that doesn't repel, I can just push it together until it disappears. It's gone. So that is a balance. This pulling in and plus, holding it up, minus and minus, holding it up. Now I've got some things. Things like that. Things like that. Sun, moon, earth. They're all the same shape. They're this shape. But I need this and this to make this. I need two things which are the same at the same time. I need both to make this. And if I've got two things, I can have things from nothing. But that's not a thing, it's just a force. It makes things move without touching. That's a force that makes things move without touching. Now, there's all the big things. All the other things must be over here. Everything else, it's not this shape. Now let me show you, on this side we've got poles, two things which are the same thing at the same time. Now that means if I come over here and look at things here, I'm going to see lots of things with poles. And that means you. That means you. So first, let me show you that this is two poles. The poles here are this, and the poles here are
plus and minus.
now. That's two poles, that's two poles, and that are two poles. And I'm going to use that to make this, and this to make this. They make each other. I'll show you. Now here. These magnets can move, so if I make a magnet, you can see. Now this, is that a magnet? No. So is it here or here? See, it's plus and minus. Now if plus and minus move, they make a magnet. Watch. There. Did you see? Yes. I used that to make this. And now I'm going to use a magnet moving to make this. So I need something that will measure electricity. If I get some electricity, I'll get some numbers on here. That one there. Hold this up. Now let's get the magnet. I'm going to make the magnet move. And if I move the magnet here, I make electricity. Those children see? And these children? And these children. Now, I'm going to show you how sunshine makes itself from these. If you've got two things that make each other, I can make something like sunshine. Sunshine is made of a wave, and one is north and south. And what does this make? What does this make?
Plus and minus.
It makes a wave which is plus and minus. What does this make?
And up and down.
What does this make?
Plus and minus.
When does it stop? When does it stop?
When we are here.
Well, if I put something here, it stops, but if I'm out in space, when does it stop?
When we are
It does not stop. And that is what sunshine is. That is what light is. It never stops, and it makes itself because I've got two things which are the same thing at the same time. This is poles. They are very, very special. And now I'm going to show you that you are made of poles. This makes this, and this makes this. That's the rule. Now, I've got to change two things which are opposites. There's the opposite side. I'm going to write two poles in here. I'm going to put north on this side. And the opposite side, I'm going to put S. Now, I'm going to put people on this one. I'm going to put boys or father on there. Then I'm going to put mother on here. Are you all made from a mother and a father? Yes or no? Yes. Are mothers and fathers both people? Yes. So let's show you the people and magnets use the same rules. I've got to change my two opposites into one thing. We're going to see you do have poles. Now, if I get my thumb, let's put it onto father. Let's see what happens. I'm going to let you all try this later. I just want to show you how to do it. I'm not going to take my thumb off the paper. No. Mother. Did I take my thumb off the paper? South.
Father.
So it's true. You can have two opposites which are the same thing. This makes this, this makes this. You can't have mothers. You can't have all mothers. You must have fathers and mothers. You can't have this if you don't have this. You can't have this if you don't have this. You've got some more poles, left and right. You can't have left if you don't have right, because if it's just left, it's not left. It's left because you've got right. And right is right because you've got left. True or false? They're poles, and that's how this side works. Not this side. That just makes things into the same shape. This side is different. This is the poles side. And this and this work together to make things. Can't have one without the other. Gravity pulls these together. These stop it going together. They make a thing. And now, on this thing, these can make all the small things on here, like water, and living things, and weather. Now, I'm going to let these children here use this, and then when you finish, you pass it back here. What I'm going to show you is the two cycles which we have learned about. One goes here, and one goes here. The water cycle. Something lifts water up into the air. What lifts water up? What energy lifts water up? That pulls it back down. That's my force that pulls it back down. What lifts it up? Sunshine. So if I've got sunshine here, and I've got a force here, now I've got a cycle, and that cycle needs something to move in the air, energy and gravity. I'm going to put you over here. You are a cycle. I've got something to separate here, plus and minus, some energy, something that you have to eat, something that every living thing needs, every cell needs. Sugar! I like you, you make me feel like a teacher. Sugar! And I need something to attract. Well, plus and minus attract, is it a force like gravity? Yes. So I can say here, attract. Pulls it back down. But there's a problem. Magnets can't pull a long way, they only pull a short way. So I've got to have lots of magnets and put them like this. If I make a stronger magnet here, like that, I can pull it back down like that. And if I have a strong magnet underneath the magnet that's not strong, I can pull it down. And if I have another one, I can make it move again. Each magnet must be a bit stronger. So I can make it like this. Put one here, and then I can put two here. Be careful, I don't get my fingers in there. And then how many shall I put? Three. Now I've made some magnets there. If I just put those magnets in the right order, I've got something that can fall down here. Now there is something which puts magnets in the right order, and that something is inside every living thing. It's DNA. I don't need DNA here, but I do need it here because magnets don't pull a long way. But they're both the same thing. They're cycles. A weather cycle, I need some energy to lift it up, a force to pull it back down, and something to move in, air. Energy to lift it up, something to pull it back down, something to put the magnets in the right order, and something to move in, not air, but every living thing needs water. Now, we have made things from nothing, big things, and all the small things. Don't need to be in a cycle, could just be a rock. Like that. That's not in the cycle, but it is a thing. And if I could see inside, it's made of these. And they won't go together. Plus and plus won't go together. Minus and minus won't go together. I've got a thing made from nothings. Just plus and minus. Now I think that is really important because now we can tell the story of where people come from. And next week I'm going to tell you how we get living things out of here. That must be true. Because a long time ago on the earth, there were no living things, just rocks and water. If I look inside the rocks, I can see all the different magnets you need to make living things. They're inside here. But how do they make themselves? That's another story for next week. But next week, you are going to tell this story. How I get the living things out of here. And they must make themselves, put themselves into a cycle. They need some energy, they need this, and something to attract. So we'll do that next week. I'll put my rock there. If I try and do it this week, there's too much information. Now, I think we need to write something down to help us to remember. You can remember this story, and we're going to use this story again and again and again. And we're just going to put things here or here. We're going to have cycles. The cycles. Energy. Sunshine. It's not a thing. Sugar is a thing, but it's got energy inside that I can take it out. I need something to put the energy into the sugar. Green cells. Green cells. Are they sugar makers or sugar takers?
Sugar maker.
Sugar makers. So they must be putting energy into sugar. And what energy do green cells catch and put into sugar? Somebody different. What energy do green cells catch and put into sugar? Green cells need? No, that's not energy, is it? That just lets things move. They make the sugar, but the energy that goes into the sugar, green cells, plants need something that you don't. No? Energy. They need something that you don't, something that's on here.
Energy.
Green. They must be green because they need what energy? Green cells need?
Sunshine.
Thank you. Sunshine. They get this energy and put it into here. Then they can make a cycle. And things like me, I can come and take the green cells and eat their sugar. I'm a sugar taker. Sugar makers and sugar takers, they're two things. This one makes this one. Oh, I know that story. Now, I need to write something down because this is a special story. Now we're just going to write about my rules of these. If they repel and attract, they don't need to do anything else. And I can make things from nothingness because they've got rules. So really, everything is not made of things, it's made of rules. If you repel and attract, things like me, I can come and take the green cells and eat their sugar. I'm a sugar taker. Sugar makers and sugar takers, they're two things. This one makes this one. Oh, I know that story. Now, I need to write it down because this is a special story. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to let children use this so you can see this yourself. Now we've got two words. It says gravity or magnetism. We're going to see how they are different. Remember this is over here because they are different. They can make everything. I only need two things, two forces to make everything. I only need two. And they must be